Some of the gloves I'm about to show you in CS2 are gonna absolutely blow your mind that they're under $200. Let's get started. First up, we got Rezon the Red driver gloves. You can currently pick them up for about $154 in the minimum wear condition, and I gotta say, for a red themed loadout, these gloves are pretty underrated. Very elegant looking. Rich. Next up, we have the driver gloves black tie. You can get them in field tested condition for about $170, looking great on, you know, black and white themed inventories. Very, very elegant. Kinda beat up on the right hand. You gotta try to pick one out that has a lower float perhaps, but either way, it's still a very nice under $200 glove. As for the next pair of gloves, here we have the Moto Gloves blood pressures, $131. You can get them in field tested condition. A super solid pair of gloves. They can fit very nicely with Crimson Web knives. They fit just about in any CSGO inventory that has like red skins in it, so highly recommend you guys check them out. However, next up we have these sport gloves, Scarlet Shamrocks. These things are pretty expensive, but you can pick a pair up in the well-worn condition for $186, so they do look very nice, don't show too much wear, and highly recommend you check them out. Probably one of the better gloves in this video, I would arguably say, and I think they're underrated. I don't see too many people using them, so you're definitely going to turn some heads in your servers while on a budget. Next up here we have the Sport Gloves Big Game. These are one of my favorite gloves in CS2 for good reason. They come in many different patterns. Try to find one that you like, and they are pretty affordable. They look great on yellow themed inventories, just about any inventory. They are very versatile, and you can't go wrong with these pair of gloves. They don't show too much wear, field tested conditions is all you need, and you're going to be very, very happy. Similar to the last pair, here we have the driver gloves Overtake, $150 for minimal wear. Not too many scratches, I'd say. Looks pretty elegant. Pair it with like a nice lore knife, and you'll be good to go. For all you green enthusiasts, here we have the Moto Gloves Turtle. You can pick a pair up for about $102 in the field tested condition. Super nice pair of gloves. One of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, green pair of gloves in CS2. Definitely one worth checking out on a budget. These are your go-to green gloves. Apart from like the racing green, but you know, these ones are better, maybe, depending on who you ask. Next up, however, here we have the Specialist Gloves Crimson Web, one of my favorite pair of gloves in this video, $151 for well-worn condition. You may be able to eke out $210, $13 or so for field tested, but I digress. These things look amazing. Yes, they show wear, but they do come in different patterns with different webs. They look great with like red themed inventories, red themed knives, so highly recommend you give them a chance and use them in your inventories. Next up, we got the Moto Gloves Polygon, one of the better blue themed gloves in CS2 on a budget under $200. You can pick up a pair for field tested condition, $144. Can't go wrong with these gloves. Pair them with like a nice Doppler or like a phase 4, any sort of blue knife. I think this would look very well. Similar to the Polygon, here we have the Specialist Gloves Mogul, $139 for a field tested pair of these gloves. One of my favorite gloves. I used to own a pair back in the day, and I would highly recommend you guys check them out. You don't have to go with minimal wear. Field tested is all you need. However, here we have the star of the show. We got the Marble Fade Specialist Gloves, $169 or so for well-worn condition, and here's how it looks in game. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Let me know what you guys think.